Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Thank you for joining us tonight. We have a great show. We welcome the cast of the CTT podcast to kick off season 8 over the weekend. So we'll be talking to them later on in the show. Want to remind you all over social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, well, X, Instagram, and of course, TikTok, and our official website, the Stephen Knight Show, where you can check out our merchandise. Make sure you register to vote. It is so important, so important. And this month is Women's History Month. So shout out to all the women who made history or making history. Our Linnea, she's a history maker. We'll definitely be highlighting women throughout the month. So shout out to all the women. And yeah, how y'all feeling today? I know it's a Monday, but how y'all feeling?
Amen.
It's Monday, right?
We made it. We made it.
We made it. We made it. Our question of the day is: are you good at letting go? Chike.
Depends on what it is. Depends on what it is.
Yeah.
I have talents that can hook and be stuck, but then I can just let stuff go. Depends on what it is.
What about you, Adir?
See, I know that this is how I know he my brother. Because when I read the question, the first thing I said was, depends on what the hell it is. Because he know me. Like, depending on what it is, I let it fly, I keep it moving. But depending on what it is, just know you can't ever get nothing from me ever again in life.
Yeah.
Don't look my way, don't say nothing. Skip that. I ain't giving no references, no referrals. I ain't giving nothing. And I don't care.
Well, as for me, I'm not that good at letting go. Like, because I always remember the good times, you know what I mean? I will let go, but it's not easy for me to do it. But message us on X and let us know, are you good at letting go? All right. So a recent poll with data on voters has some interesting information. According to the AP News, a poll finds that a significant number of adults in the United States doubt the mental capabilities of 81-year-old Joe Biden and 77-year-old Donald Trump. As you know, the upcoming presidential election could be a rematch for the 2020 election. AP states more than 6 in 10 say that they're not very or not at all confident in Biden's mental capability to serve effectively as president. Many are viewing his upcoming State of Union address as a real-time audition for a second term. 57% say that the former President Trump lacks the memory and ability for the job. Keep in mind, the Democrats are riding with Biden and largely behind in his mental abilities while doubting Trump. And Republicans are also sticking beside Donnie and believe in Trump, but not Biden. So I'll ask you, Linnea, what do you think about this study, this poll, this data?
I don't know. They both old.
Right.
And no, I'm not being discriminatory against they both old.
Yeah.
They're both old men.
Yeah.
So I mean, one is never mind. I defer. Goodbye.
Chike, what are your thoughts?
First of all, let me start off by saying I hate ageism.
Right.
I hate it. Yes, they're both senior citizens of the country. However, one grabs peas. He doesn't know how to run businesses. He lies. He's a criminal. What else? He's just not like racist person.
Right.
And the other one has 40 years of service with the government. He has a proven track record. Does he flumble words and fall down sometimes? Yes, he does. But at the end of the day, if you have to pick, between the two, the study doesn't matter to me because all we have are these two, right?
Right.
So I know people don't like it, but you have to pick the lesser of the evil. I'm picking the lesser of the evil.
And one thing about Biden has he has shown that he can appoint the right people in his administration to lead the country. Trump has said that he wants to be a dictator on day one. He's already told you what he wants to do.
He's going to pick sycophants.
Right.
Like he's already. I know that the second story is about this fool, so you can just segue. But he's just you. I don't know. These people who gravitate towards this man, it just blows my mind. But then when you hear them speak,
Right.
they sound just as dumb as he did.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
then it's like dumb is gravitating to dumb.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do with that when it seems like that's the majority? Because when you finally hear the numbers of how many people really voted for this dude,
Yep.
it's ridiculous and it's asinine to think that you think that that's okay to have somebody like that running the country.
Right. Right.
And that he's the things that he said out of his mouth and what has happened post January 6th.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah. I
I
mean,
just see a bunch of grown people believing in Santa Claus. There are some people that actually really believe his whole narrative of his whole reality persona, and they buy into it.
yeah.
And I call them the pie people because it seems like the people that have power and that are in government, they're looking at the opportunity if they get with him and with his reign, they can accumulate more power, right? Because that's just what they're doing. And the people that are citizens who don't know any better, because the people that are politicians that work alongside them and work in government, they know better. They're just after the power grab.
Mm-hmm.
The people that are citizens who are victims, because you're really victims, you're not alongside him, you're victims. They believe the narrative and they believe in a modern day Santa Claus, which he's not.
And most of the people that were in his administration, Trump's administration, have come out against him and said he's unfit to be president. They were scared when they were working with him. You know what I
but
mean?
the crazy part about it is you signed up for it.
Right.
Before he became president, there were people lining up, you know what I mean? Like, and you signed up for it.
Mm-hmm.
And once those, I'm not even gonna say the walls came tumbling down, once things started happening, because I know that we're segueing into him getting back on these ballots, which is ridiculous. But we know why that's happening because he was able to plant on the
The people on the Supreme Court. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we know why that happened. We know why all these things started to get overturned. Listen, he wasn't concerned about none of this stuff because people was in his ear. Do this.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't him because he wasn't concerned about it.
Right. Right. I agree.
I don't want to get frustrated.
Well, speaking of him, last December, Colorado banned him from being on the ballot for the 2024 presidential election following his role during the attacks on the Capitol. However, on Monday, the Supreme Court overturned the decision. According to AP News, the Supreme Court unanimously restored Trump to the 2024 presidential primary ballots. The court said it in an unsigned opinion that the states cannot invoke a post-Civil War constitutional provision to keep presidential candidates from appearing on the ballots. The decision also means that other states such as Illinois and Maine cannot keep him off the ballot due to his actions on January 6th. As previously reported, last December, Colorado Supreme Court made a decision in a 4-3 vote, marking the first time that Section 3 of the Constitution's 14th Amendment was used to disqualify a presidential candidate. Now, Trump did celebrate today's ruling by saying on his social media network, "Big win for America." Now, I was listening to the pundits today. A lot of them were saying this actually is a good thing that they did that because it can bring out a can of worms for any other presidential candidate. And they're saying this doesn't, yes, this is in his favor, but it doesn't mean he's going to win. It's just saying that individual states should not pick and choose based off of anything, whether a person could be a president. It should be the people who vote. But Lanier, you said that you disagree with this. What are your thoughts?
I mean, the disagreement for me is just, is it that you want him to give away the nuclear codes to the highest bidder? Is that what you want him to do? Is it that you want him to get in there and just wreak complete havoc? He did that.
Yeah.
He did that already. But if he gets in there again, especially with them killing all these DEI programs, all these people being fired that were hired under these DEI initiatives, and what's going on right now. And I seen something online, and the post said, "So you posted a black box. What's next?" Because you know it's a black box everywhere. People, oh, the diversity and inclusion and equity, da 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 da. It wasn't really that.
Yeah.
It was really them playing in our face. Some of us already knew that, and we didn't acquiesce to that. But others just, they fed into it. And now look, like, and they're trying to get rid of HBCUs. Like, that's not, do you not understand that they just did something? I think it was in Alabama. They're trying to sign a bill to close the HBCUs down in Alabama. Because that's where they want to start. They want to start in the South. So all of the kids who are fighting and pushing to get out of their situations to go and make a better life, they really don't want y'all at these white schools, but they don't even want you to go to the schools that are made for you. So what happens is the schools that are made for you are closed down. They're gonna make it hard for you to get into the white school. And y'all don't understand that. Like, these college athletes don't understand it. They only love you as long as you can make them money and nothing else.
Yep. Chike.
So I don't know how they let this man amass all this power and all this influence, but I just want to say this. The people, those individuals on the Supreme Court have life appointment. They're there for their entire life. As long as they're breathing and the heart is ticking, you have a job. Well, I'm here to tell you, if you allow this man to amass any more power, all of you will be without a job because he's going to be a dictator and he's going to make you useless. You won't be a thing. So, with that being said, and I hope you can hear me, with that being said, if you want a job and if you want to continue to enjoy your benefits and continue to enjoy the billionaires, giving you trips and buying you campers and taking you on vacations, if you still want to enjoy all that stuff that you've been getting away with because there's no ethic clause, if you want to continue to do that, you might want to stop him now, because once he gets in there, all of you will be rendered useless. All of you.
And Clarence Thomas shouldn't even be hearing these cases. We already know it's his wife, tried to help out with January 6th. So he should
not even that. It was something else that I saw. It was actually a comparison to what Fonnie Willis is going through with Nathan Wade, and the comparison with Uncle Ruckus and his wife. Like, oh, we playing semantics. That's what we're doing. But Fonnie and Nathan ain't nowhere near Ruckus. Jenny, nowhere near it. But to try to even put those two together in the same box, it blew my mind, because, correct me if I'm wrong, when you're not supposed to do pay for play. That's how, but that's what this is built on.
Absolutely.
That's what it's built on.
Joy Reid, someone sent me this video yesterday on Instagram or over the weekend, and she said that we arrest the most people in prison, the most people based on the size of our country, based on our counterparts, but we have the hardest time arresting Donald Trump. All right, well, have y'all heard of Reesa Teesa? So she's the woman who went to TikTok to talk about a man she married, and she made 50 videos talking about how he pretty much was he played her big. Everything he told her was a lie. And so people got invested in these stories, and she's been doing being on different shows. Well, they brought the show to the Breakfast Club, Just the Mess, just hilarious. And she was telling the story about what happened. And Charlamagne the God comment, it sounded like big back energy. He said he doesn't know what she looks like, but he said she's a big girl. And Jess
He said big back. He said big back behavior.
Behavior. And Jess said she was, and they kind of compared it to Jill Scott's character and Why'd I Get Married when she drove up the hill to save her marriage. Well, Reesa Teesa was on Tamron Hall's show recently, and she said that she was offended by those comments, and she didn't mention him, but he's the one who made them. And so, anyway, she said that, I am insecure about my size as a heavier girl, but that doesn't mean I deserve what I got. And so today he addressed it on the big Breakfast Club. And Charlamagne the guy did issue an apology. He said that he didn't call her a big back. He said it was big back behavior. And he also said, but if you're going to share your story on such a huge platform as TikTok, you should be able to take the criticism each way, either side on what you, of what you put out. And so I was reading the comments. Some people said that you don't apologize and use the word but. And then some people said that he didn't really apologize. Some people said, well, he didn't lie. She is a big girl. So let me ask you, I'll start with you, Chike. What are your thoughts on his apology? And do you think he need to apologize?
So I'm under the belief, if you bring it to the forefront, you open yourself up for scrutiny. That's just what I believe. You took it there for people to feed off of. You can't dictate what they get from it. You put it out there. Was it harmful what he said? It probably was. But I come from the adage, what you think about me is none of my business. And if you are going to put something out there, you're going to get on a platform and put something out there, you offer yourself up for scrutiny. You need to have tougher skin and not care. That's just where I'm coming from.
Okay. Linnea?
With certain stories, I always have to go back to the title of Chris Rock's special, Selective Outrage. Just like us, we voice our opinions.
Right.
The Breakfast Club, their bigger platform, they were having a conversation about what's in the news. And he didn't say, oh, Tessa, or whatever that child's name is a big back. He says she has big back behavior. Now, for the past few months, the term big back has been circulating on social media because people are talking about their struggles, you know what I mean, with eating and trying to lose food. And it's been all fun and games. But now, one person who didn't say anything to you directly, now you in your feelings about that. And like Chike said, first of all, you opened up a whole thing, and I think it's 57.
Oh, is it?
I think it's 57. You opened up a whole situation to the world. Boo-boo. I've seen a lot of the comments relating to her. Them things is vicious, and you ain't said nothing about them. I mean, them things is vicious, like they vicious, like the vitriol coming off. And it's like this. It's some people who believe her. It's some people who don't. It's some people who are on the fence. You know what I mean? And then there are those who don't. I have not watched it. I'm not interested. But you thrusted yourself into the limelight. Now she's supposed to be going to Europe or Paris and stuff. For what? Yeah. Like, I'm just trying to understand for what. You know what I mean? Like, and how do you really know that this is a true story? I don't know. Like, are there receipts? Because I heard that the ex-husband denied everything. I don't know. You understand what I'm saying? But she's managed to get catapulted into the spotlight. And you expect for people to what? Be nice?
Right.
That's not going to happen. Especially for people of color. It's just not going to happen.
But you know what? There's this thing that's also happening with people, and in my mind, I call it grasping on the monkey bars. So they start off with an issue, and that issue may be a hot button issue, and then it starts to die down. But when someone like Charlamagne the God does something, I feel in my feelings about, let me hang on to this wrong. This is an issue for me. That gets to die down and something else comes up. Let me grab onto this. I have another day in the spotlight. Go to bed. Good night.
Because the way Tamron, I love Tamron Hall. It was unnecessary. Like, it made the chick sound like some sort of victim. You know what I mean? Like,
isn't that people's favorite thing these days? They want to be the victim.
Yeah.
More to come. All right. Well, Gwyneth Paltrow, she had some interesting advice for white women at the Makers Conference in Beverly Hills this past Thursday. The Oscar winner encouraged the audience to mirror Black women's approach to self-love. This is what TMZ is reporting. During her appearance alongside Dr. Ella Bell, a Black professor at Dartmouth College, she praised her Black girlfriends for their incredible intrinsic self-honoring. Paltrow reportedly said that this self-honoring for Black women is the deepest part of their souls. All of the ways that they're from the deepest part of their souls all the way to the tips of their fingers. The Goop founder was criticized for being tone deaf, while others understood her message. The Thanks for the Sharing actress stated that she admired how self-assured her Black peers were in comparison to observations from a Caucasian crew. Black women friends know themselves, love themselves in a way that I think white women are not taught to, she explained. TMZ reported that the thespian expressed how white women are usually taught to be competitive. Additionally, she expressed her desires for the group to shift their mindset. Let me ask you, Syleena, as a Black woman, what do you think about these comments?
I told you I was tired when I got on here, and you insist on trying to pull me into a place that I just don't want to go to, Stephen. I don't want to do it. You know what, Gwen? If that's how you feel, I hope you, if that's how you feel, child, God bless you. God bless you, girl. Go forth. God be with you. Okay.
She was saying that Black women have self-love and they support each other while white women are taught to be competitive. What are your thoughts?
It seems to me that some people in other races are starting to notice the magic. Listen, when you not take away the books and not try to rewrite history, and you really look at where we come from and how we got to where we are, you will see that we are survivors. No matter what you throw at us, we're going to thrive.
Yep.
It's going to be hell for us anyway, not for others. It's going to be hell, and we're going to survive, and you're going to see us shine. And then you're always going to say, I wonder how they do that. What is that magic that they have? It's called God. And it always has been God.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, one more thing.
Yeah.
And it would behoove you, because you see this and you understand its magnificentness, to not spook with us and let us thrive. Because we can change the world. Just get out of our way.
Amen. Now I was reading the comments, and some people were saying she said what she said. They were agreeing with her about how Black women do treat each other. But yeah, I think sometimes it's the messenger, not necessarily.
And you know what? Can I just say this? And I want you two to take this journey with me. Can you imagine what it's like to sit across a room and you see a whole section of cool people over there just having it, and you're sitting on the other side of the room wanting to be in on it, but you don't have the capabilities of doing it? That's what's going on. That's what's happening. Because they're seeing it happen. Think about, okay, Gwyneth Paltrow is an actress, right? Think about that last speech that Angela Bassett gave when she got that honorary Oscar, and how he had their whole room lit up with her magnificentness.
Yeah.
And all the people that were of the like of her lit up.
Mm-hmm.
She inspired a lot of people in that room, but the people of the like of her lit up in a different kind of way. You have to know that some people felt left out.
Yeah.
Because they didn't feel it. I don't know if either one of you seen it. There was a white girl who posted a video.
About the baby?
No.
Okay.
No, she was saying, if you've never had a Black woman say baby to you,
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's something about the way, baby.
Yeah.
It's something about the way a Black woman says baby that touches your soul. And that's a real statement, because we come from a place. We come from a place of love. We come from a place of perseverance. We come from a place of, we have this royalty that's inside of us, but unfortunately, it was just like stuffed down. And it's a constant fight, but we still give from that place. Because when we are for you, you're gonna feel it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just we talking. You know what I mean? We don't just give lip service. When we're really for you and into you, and we pour into you, you feel it.
Yeah.
And it's like you grow. It's like we are like that whole harvest, like planting and harvesting thing. That's a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a beautiful thing. And to the Black women that I know and that I love, even with everything that we go through, we still want to love and pour into, no matter how much people throw back in our face. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well said. Well said. Well, look, before we go, I want to wish Miss Parker happy birthday. It's her birthday. She helps out behind the scenes with our charities and things like that. So shout out to Miss Parker. Enjoy whatever you're doing. I know you have an amazing time. Ladia, as always, thank you so much. And Cheek LC and Movie Reviews. But when we come back, we have the cast of the CTT podcast right back after this.